welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I've got a very special MX5 race. I haven't uploaded this yet because I've not really been doing much MX5 now, and I wanted to save it as it's probably going to be one of my last MX5 races for a while. It was taken from week 13 and it's probably one of the best races I've had on iRacing, pretty much full stop in terms of the enjoyment. Week 13 is the gap week in iRacing. For those that don't know, it's basically just made up of everyone just basically races the MX5 pretty much the whole week, and they're short 10-minute races, so they're quite short and they're quite hectic. And this race is at Charleston racetrack, I think it's called, and it's basically a slipstream track. We got pole position just ahead of Gregory Tanson, who is a pro driver on iRacing. We managed to just take that pole position against him, and it was a reasonably high strength of field, to be fair. There was a lot of quite fast drivers in here, and this is one of my strongest tracks in the MX5. It was one of the strongest tracks when it was one of the tracks for the actual, I think it was like week 6 or 7 or something like that in the global challenge. So I was happy to come back to this, and obviously you could do a setups for this. I didn't really do much setting up. I just think I added a bit of pressure to the rear tyres and maybe lowered it slightly. I can't exactly remember. It was quite a few weeks ago, and you can see this is probably one of the most enjoyable races I've had in the game so far. A really tricky corner, that left hand there. When I wasn't used to the track, I ran out wide there and spun and made a few mistakes, but after a couple of races I got used to the track again, because obviously all the tracks just take a couple of goes just to get into the rhythm. And in this race we really got in our rhythm with the pole position lap, and as you can see there now, we've got Gregory Tanson, the pro driver, right behind us, closing in the slipstream. And the slipstream you get on this track is just insane. You can't really defend against it. So what I tend to do is stay to the left on that white line there and try and defend it as much as I can. He thought about going down the inside there. You can actually get away with doing that, and I managed to just about stay in the lead over after lap 1. You can see there, first, second, third, very close together, and you've got 4th, 5th and 6th slightly behind there. But slipstream on this game, when you've got like myself trying to defend, I end up losing time, and the others close in, and this track really does lead to just very good races if people keep it clean. It is one of them tracks where it can either go both ways. It can be a disaster or it can be amazing. You can see there in the background, lap 2 starting, everyone seems to be driving quite clean. Most drivers seem to have got through that lap 1 quite cleanly. You can see there's a long train of cars behind ourselves if you look on that top right hand camera there, and you can see I'm just about holding the lead so far. I think without the slipstream being so strong, I think I could have probably, I don't know if I've been able to pull away. I seem to have very good pace on this track. It would have been close with the guy behind and a few others, because there were some very fast drivers in this lobby. And you can see now top 3 literally separated less than a second. It's got to be about 3-4 attempts. You can see third place goes to the right. He's going to try and get the wide line going up high, and then dipping down and trying to get into our slipstream, and probably trying to then make a move going into turn 1. You can see there he's staying to the middle, and then he's probably going to tuck in as we go out to the wide and try and get in our slipstream. Obviously you can't go right to the left there, because if he tucks in too soon, he's going to end up clipping the guy in second place. You can see there now he's on the outside, and he's going to try and take second place. You can see I trying to brake as late as I can without braking too late, because I don't want to brake early and one of the guys behind me going into the back of me. And we're managing to stay in first place still. So start of lap 3, still in the lead, driving really nicely, and everyone's getting close now. You can see there 4th, 5th and 6th as we went over the line there. The top 7 were separated by less than 2 seconds. The top 5 basically a second. So it's a really close battle. You can see on the screen on the top right just how close this race was. Really enjoyed this race. I can tell you the adrenaline, it kind of kicks your adrenaline in when it's this close. I was so nervous about making a mistake, even though it was only week 13. It was just such a great battle. This probably one of the best races I've had on iRacing so far. It's not as intense as some of the late races in GT3 etc, because the quality of driving is a lot higher, so you really do need to be on the ball in them. But it's week 13, it was great fun. I decided to go a little bit wide here and just try and stay wide there, because I wanted to see if I could let one of him go and get in his slipstream and try and build a gap up. I was going to try and see if anyone would play the game of just working with slipstream, but it didn't look like it was going to work, because you can see there Third place ended up taking me on the inside, and then I've got fourth place right behind me. I decided to go wide there and try and hold a really wide line and get the power. I have to duck to the left there as it looks like the leader made a mistake and has lost the lead, and I've got the second place now on my left, the pro driver Gregory Tanson, and I'm on the right hand side trying to hold the right hand line nice and tight. Got to be careful I don't run wide now after taking that long line so tight, and we just about get back in the lead. So you can see now in the top right hand corner, just look how close everyone is going through this corner now. That's 6-7 drivers, maybe more, within under 2 seconds of it from the lead. You can see in the bottom right hand corner the deltas to everyone, and 7th place is within a second over the line. Well, sorry, that's 2 seconds. So you can just see how close this race is. And again, the slipstream gets stronger the further down the field you go. So 3rd, 4th and 5th were building up massive slipstreams, and it was just bunching everyone together. An absolutely amazing race. You can see again, I was going to see if this Gregory Tanson, the pro driver, was willing to play the game of just trying to get a slipstream with both of us. I wanted to try to pull away just to try and guarantee myself a top 2, but again I couldn't do it because of the strength of the slipstream from behind, and in the end I think I gave up on the slipstream idea because it just wasn't going to work. You can see we've gone down from 1st to 4th by just 5th position, and there's literally 3 or 4 cars wide at this point. I think that's 3 wide and then 2 wide, you can see on the screen, and then we stay to the inside here now, trying to stay nice and tight. We've got a car behind us, just about got ahead of him, so we're in 4th position, and there's a little bit of bump in there. I take advantage of that, ducking down the inside there. I could see the contact, so I thought I'll take advantage, get myself back in 2nd position and get in the slipstream lead as the lead driver tries to just get us out the slipstream, but there's no way you're getting with this type of gap. We're in the slipstream, and these few corners is quite good for myself. I seem to be able to gain a little bit of time on most drivers through here. This corner I do struggle a little bit on. I just find it so hard to build the confidence to put the power down, but you can see we've just about done it. Going through into 5th gear, coming out of this corner now. We're going to go into 5th gear and try and get this slipstream. You can see he's holding that really tight left hand line under the white line. He's trying to make sure that we find it hard to get his slipstream, but I find as long as you're reasonably in line, you get the slipstream. You see he's all over the place trying to make sure we don't get a slipstream, but I'm not going to go out to that wide point there because I don't want to lose 3rd place. I thought I'm not going to play that game anymore. I'm just going to keep it simple, get back in his slipstream. You can see he's actually lost out by doing that. So we're going to go down the right hand side now and see if we can hold it down the right hand side, but you're going to see 3rd place is probably going to get a big slipstream as well, and it's going to be close going into turn 1 again. We're going to try and take a really wide line and brake extremely late. So we give him space on the inside, we're going down the outside, he's telling us to keep on the right. We've managed to hold really good speed around that outside, and we've regained 1st place again. So you can see now, I think this is the 2nd to last lap, maybe, something like that. I don't know how many laps this actually went through, it would have been about 8 or something, and we're in 1st place. Just with a few laps to go. You can see top right corner again, looking at the replay camera, just how close everyone is. It's a really close battle. I think there's only 6 cars in this battle now. Looking at the gaps, the top 6 within a second over the line, and then 7th dropped back a bit there. There was about maybe a second, just under a second gap between 6th and 7th. So it's really close between the top 6, and every time I was building up a gap, I managed to get myself a gap here. Now you can see in the mirror I've got a little bit of lead in that top right hand corner. You can see the lead I've got, but that'll just vanish as soon as we go towards the end of this straight. You can see the slipstream, the length of the straight, and the power of the slipstream in this MX-5 is it's just really high. I think, in my opinion, it's too high. I think they should lower it slightly, but it's probably to encourage more close racing, but I don't particularly think it's the most realistic slipstream. I don't believe it would be that high, but you know, it is a long straight, and you would probably get a slipstream with the wall effect on the track. So we try and take a tight line around that inside as Gregory, I think that was Gregory Tanson on the right. No, I think he's in 4th place, and that's another driver that's come through. We keep tight on this left hand side now, and then we brake really late, cut into that. So we knew we had the space there, I could see we were clear, so we get back into 1st place again, holding 1st place. So it must be going, I think this race is going to go the full, I think it'll be 8 laps by the looks of it. So we've got, this is probably 2nd to last lap, going into this right hander. Again, very close, the guy behind came very close to our rear of our car there. We just about keeping 1st place without getting hit there. We got a little bit worried at that point, but going down, accelerating out now. Really want to get that corner done well, just try and defend. I wasn't playing the slipstream game anymore, so what I was going to do is just hold the defensive line. What I do when I do that is I just stay to the left hand side on the white line, don't go out to that right hand side, stay to the left, let them go around the outside, because as long as you try and keep that inside line going into the turn 1, it's very hard for someone to pass you, and they've got to be getting a really strong slipstream to do it. So you can see there now, they're on the right hand side. I'm going to stay left, and then I'm going to dart over to the left hand side to cover that left hand line. You can see he thought he was going to do it, so I'm going to have to give him space because he's got his car to the left hand side now, and I managed to just about hold that position. He's braked very late, so I'm going to have to give him space on the inside whilst trying not to hit this wall on the outside. You can see how close we got to that wall then. That was within inches of hitting that wall. You can see how close everyone is there now. Behind me, I think there's 7 cars involved in this battle again. No, sorry, 6 cars it is still. 7th has fallen back by quite a big margin. 6 cars over the line, just over half a second over the line between 6 cars. This is an absolutely insane race, and we're on the last lap. I actually managed to get myself a bit of a gap at this point. You can see I've got myself a nice cushion now going into the final lap here now. Going through these corners, I just really wanted to get on the power as early as I physically could. So in 3rd gear, hard on the power, going into 4th gear, I was really slamming the gear into 4th gear at this point. And you can see I've got myself a nice cushion, but you can just see the slipstream that the guys are going to get behind me. You can see there's 6 cars there now, all building slipstream up, and just watch the slipstream the guy in 2nd place gets off me now. It is absolutely crazy. I tried to stay wide to stop him getting so much of a slipstream, cut back into the inside, and then you're going to see now the slipstream he gets. He's pretty much got the perfect distance for the slipstream now, because he's not having to lift. He's just getting constant slipstream, and he's going to be able to just pull out of that line on the corner. He goes down the left hand side, try to cover it, but his car's on that left hand side, and we're going to go over the line. You can see now it is literally millimeters off, and I've lost 1st place on the line. 0.005 or whatever it is a second off winning the race, and the top 6 go over the line that close. It was with under a second the gap over the top 6. Insane race. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll be back with more videos very soon. Thanks again for watching, guys.